Here in Southeast Florida, we are one of the most sea level rise vulnerable places on the earth.
It could be a sunny day, and we could have 2 weeks of a lot of water. And I'm not talking about a puddle here and there.
No one wants to pay increased taxes or fees, but if people want to live here, we have to make these investments to do the infrastructure planning, the pump systems, all the stuff that needs to be done so that we can stay habitable.
I see no way that we could have less than 4.5 feet sea level rise by the end of the century.
His attitude was, I'm on a journey. He wants to find out about Miami, wants to meet the people.
Nicole?
Hey, Jack.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Nicole Hernandez Hammer. I just gave a tour of the town of Shorecrest to Jet Black. This is high tide.
This is just high tide.
Yeah, and this is actually a low tide. This is a foot less than last month.
Crazy.
So I asked them what they thought was causing the problem, and a lot of them thought it was water mains breaking, but it is indeed sea level rise.
Just to be clear, we're pretty far away from the beach right now, and yet the tides bring in water out of the street like this. It comes all the way here through the floor, basically.
Through the limestone, yeah.
So you're a climate scientist. You grew up here. You can see the writing on the wall. What do you tell people in the community when you try to communicate what's coming?
Perhaps they don't have a lot of money to lose, but in terms of how much they're going to lose more than anybody else because they could lose everything. I think a lot of times we think that climate change is something in the future, but when we talk to folks that are dealing with the problems now, it changes the context in which we're viewing climate change.
Tonight in eastern Oregon, with a threat to the drinking water, Harney County, beaten down by a brutal winter, finds little peace in the first days of spring.
And first it was the heavy snow, and now it's flooding. Tonight, high water's even threatening homes near Burns, Oregon.
Kate, the water is spread wide. The people of Burns have filled lots of sandbags for people outside of town, but the danger certainly not over.
That's our road.
That's the voice of one of Heather Baker's kids. She shot this video as they rode to school in a big red truck, the only way to get out through deep water that's cut off their ranch north of Burns. Closer to town, hoses and pumps are all that keep some homes dry. The city's asking people to not run over the hoses. It ruins them. The problem is melting snow and the Silvies River. It runs north and south through the edge of town. Over the last 2 weeks, it's been flooded with snowmelt and rain. In the air, you can see the floodwater stretches a long way. Most of what's covered is farm and rangeland. With the water spreading so far, people with wells are being warned now to boil water before drinking it. There are worries about contamination.
Owners are describing it as more than 20 counties in eastern Washington remain under a state of emergency. Katie Chen is in Chewelah, and Katie, you spoke with city managers. What are they most concerned about?
Well, their main concern are the roads. That's because even though this one doesn't have water on it, the other ones that do, they're afraid that water is undercutting the roadways and causing the possibility of them washing out. Though it might look bad now. The water's receded quite a bit from this weekend.
Late Saturday night, as soon as it crested over into the drive lane, we shut down the road. We knew at that point it came up fast enough that sandbagging was, you're not going to control the water.
It's been so bad that some are calling it the worst they've ever seen. In the meantime, they're putting up signs and providing sand and sandbags to the
Torrential rain in Auckland last night brought flash flooding in parts of the city, particularly in the south.
50 homes remain without power in Auckland tonight, down from around 1,000 after the city of Sails was soaked by more than a month's worth of rain in just one night. With more stormy weather forecast in the coming hours, Aucklanders have been warned they'll need to keep conserving water for weeks.
A warning for Aucklanders heading out to exercise, you might want to take a water bottle.
That's because Auckland Council has turned off some of the city's drinking fountains as part of its water-saving campaign. Sam Calway with more.
It's after school and these students are flocking to the local watering hole, only to find the well is dry.
Dehydrating out here.
But the taps are turned off as the city's water treatment system struggles to recover after recent storms.
And unfortunately, some of these water fountains, drinking fountains, are plumbed into things that we do need to turn off.
The Auckland Regional Public Health Service says it supports the council action as it tries to avoid the need to boil water.
Tomorrow Watercare will be reassessing the situation, and hopefully shortly after that, in the next couple of days, there'll be some good news.
Emergency services in Peru have been working around the clock to rescue hundreds of people stranded by floodwaters in the capital, Lima. Rescuers have installed ropes and improvised bridges to help those trapped, including children and the elderly, to cross streams of rushing water. More than 60 people have been killed in days of flooding caused by heavy rains aggravated by the El Niño climate system in the Pacific. Authorities are warning of yet more flooding over the weekend. More dramatic footage has emerged showing the speed at which the floods strike. Here, water and mud slam into a bus.